I have a dream, like an idea, that I want solution-focused brief therapy to play a bigger role in the world that we occupy. One of the number one tenets of solution-focused brief therapy is that we do more of what works. And I want to tell you a quick story about why I think solution-focused brief therapy should extend way beyond the therapy room and into life, into the real world. A few years ago, I went to New Zealand. And just as we were boarding the plane, we had news that there had been a shooting at a mosque in a place called Christchurch, New Zealand. And it was so surreal to hear about this news and watch all of the New Zealand residents on the plane using Wi-Fi to email, text, and even call their loved ones to make sure everyone was okay. And when we landed, it was all over the news. The New Zealand Prime Minister, a woman named Jacinda Ardern, had already put a temporary ban on assault weapons and was doing so much more than offering thoughts and prayers. Like, she was actually coming up with a plan to keep New Zealand as a nation and its residents safe. Now, I was there for about a week, a little less than a week actually, to lecture at an event and hang out with a good friend of mine named Paul. And during that time, I watched the New Zealand community rally around the Muslim mosque and the people of that faith in a way that was so warm and heartfelt and genuine. Like, it was genuinely touching. But here's the important part. By the time I left, which again was less than a week, that temporary ban on assault weapons had become law. If you were caught with an assault weapon after this time, it was punishable by 7 years in prison. And New Zealand was asking residents to turn in their weapons, and people were doing it in droves. Since that time, there's not been another mass shooting in New Zealand. Now you fast forward, in America, we've had 2 in the past week. We frequently have this event to the point where mass shootings are uniquely American. This is a problem that we seem to not be able to or are unwilling to solve because we're not noticing what other nations have done to keep their residents safe and repeating it. As I said, I think solution-focused brief therapy has applicability outside of just the therapy room and taking this tenet of doing more of what works. And I think we have to follow the lead of the rest of the world who have figured out a way to eradicate mass violence. And we have to do more of what they do. We need to cherish life. We need to cherish safety. And we need to keep our communities safe. And it's about time we start taking this idea of finding what works and doing it instead of what we're currently doing, because it's costing us lives and it's costing us safety.